Hello, hello. So I'm back with another edition of Whip and Chat with Amy, and we are working on these mystical diamond art paintings by Josephine Wall. You see that I'm up at the top here? Yeah, my goal is this week to get this done. That'd be great. And then I think I'm like 3/4 of the way done. Yay! So I'm not as far as I wanted to be, but I had some things, pop up over the last week that's made my life a little difficult. Anyhow, here's what I am working on. It's called Horizons. It's this cute little girl sitting in a lotus flower in the water. I don't know what she's doing there. I don't know why she's hanging out in the water, but she is. Anyhow, as you can tell, sorry, I just bumped the camera. As you can tell, I haven't really done her yet. I'm kind of leaving her until the end. I'm going to go up and around, and I'm going to come back and finish up over there. Yeah. So, I would have been further because, I would have had a little more time to work on this if my basement hadn't flooded and I hadn't gotten sick. As you heard in the last Whip and Chat, if you listened to it, if you watched that video, you heard about my rough week that I had. Well, yeah. Well, things happen sometimes. Life happens, right? So, been spending a good part of this week drying out the basement, moving things, taking things out of places where they may have been sitting in the water, getting things dried out, all that fun stuff. It's pretty much dried out now. I just spent a little bit of time just before this, actually, putting back the furniture, things like that. So hopefully we're done with that. My husband is really upset with this whole sump pump thing. He's looking into getting some sort of backup system, maybe a dual system. I don't know what he's got in mind, but that's all up to him. I'm like, do what you need to do, because this whole thing with the sump pump just not working, it's like the second or third time we've gotten water in the basement. And quite honestly, we're both kind of tired of it. So, whatever he needs to do to fix it, to make it better, I'm all for it, You go for it, right? So, there's been that. And then, of course, getting sick, it's been like, I honestly don't know what the deal is. It's all digestive stuff, and I have not even gotten back to feeling normal yet this week. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why it won't stop and just go back to feeling normal. I still can't eat like just normally. I don't know what the deal is. I'll feel much better, and then all of a sudden I'll just feel like my stomach's hurting again and just ick, I wish it would just stop. Just go back to being normal. Is that too much to ask? I told my husband that tonight when he gets home from work, I said, I think I want to just go to the gym. I just want to go get on the treadmill and just walk for a while. No matter how slow it is, just get on the treadmill, get some activity in. You just, see if I can start feeling a little more normal. I mean, I have to go back to work Monday, I kind of need to be feeling a bit better, you know what I mean? I don't feel terrible, like I'm not bedridden and all that stuff. My stomach is just still always kind of on the verge of upset. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Anyhow, this probably won't be a very long WIP and chat because, you know, other than my basement and my little illness I got going on here, I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot going on. I'm at home, my husband's at work, and, you know, I've just been puttering around the house. Haven't done a whole lot. I had so many things I wanted to get accomplished over break. I wanted to finish this painting. I really thought I could finish this painting in the 3 weeks that I've had off from work. Sorry. As you can tell, it's not finished, right? I did finish my other paintings. I have done a small little fun project that only took like a day, not even that, a couple hours. I started another small project just because I didn't want to start anything large again for a minute. But I had other things I wanted to get done. Here is what I did get accomplished. Let me tell you what I did get accomplished. Some of it is due to the water in the basement, so I've been in the basement. I have my craft area here straightened up. I moved things around. I got rid of some stuff. I have moved, like, this is my drafting table. I call it a drafting table, even though it's not. But this is my diamond painting table. But over that way is another big long table. It's about 4.5 feet, maybe 5 foot. And it's just been piled with stuff. I got that all cleaned off. I moved markers and colored pencils and things like that over there. So they're all kind of organized nicely over there now. Whoa. So I got that straightened up. I got my special drills and rhinestones. Oh my goodness, that was a project and a half. I just did that over the last couple days. It took me about 5 hours to do that. I matched colors as best I could, put things together. I realized I need some more storage for that. I used up some of my Harbor Freight boxes just to have something to put them in for now. I don't think I want to leave them in that, but I got to come up with some other way to store them. So I'm on the lookout for that. I took care of drills from the last 2 projects, got those all put away. I currently have those in like a notebook with the baseball card sleeve type thing. And it was okay at first. I actually liked it at first. But now that these little sleeves are getting more full, they're not staying in there very well. They tend to want to slide out and fall out. And I'm not in love with that storage system anymore. I've seen other people do things like the photo box, you know, the photo boxes with cards and stuff to, you know, make them stand up in the box, you know. Giving that some thought. We did go to Harbor Freight the other day because my husband was looking for some stuff. And I checked out some storage that they had there. And I thought that I could find, you know, like nuts and bolt storage there, but they really didn't have much. So that prompted me to go look on Amazon. Now on Amazon, they do have these nice containers with drawers, and you can, you know, pull out the drawer and there's your drills in there, and I'm kind of liking that. However, they don't hold a lot. I think each one, there might be 48 or 60 drawer count, But that's not a lot when you're talking, you know, how many DMC colors are there? Right. So I don't know, I'm still toying with that. I need to have something different for that storage because, like I said, my notebook and my sleeves are just kind of, the notebook's way too full. They're not staying in there very well. I'm ready for something different. So I'm going to be looking into drill storage here in 2020 and seeing if I can do something a little better than I have right now. So that's a project. But I did get everything that I currently have put away. It is all put away, so that's awesome. I don't know what's happening to my voice right now. I am so sorry. Let me have a drink. Let's see if that helps at all. I had all of my framed paintings that I had taken to the craft sale in a box down here in the basement. Unfortunately, a lot of them got wet. The frames got wet. The backing got wet. The diamond paintings themselves are fine. It's just the framing, or mainly the backs of the frames, you know, the cardboard on the back or whatever, got wet. I have a bunch of them sitting out in the other room with a fan on them. Some of them, I don't know, they didn't get wet, or they didn't, nothing really happened to them. They received no damage at all, and others got wet. So I'm drying them out in front of the fan out there, see if they'll dry out okay, if I have to replace those frames completely, or if any of them are salvageable. At this point, I can't honestly tell you the answer to that question. So that was kind of unfortunate. At least the work itself is okay. None of the work was damaged, just the framing. But you know, I mean, you can spend some money on frames, and to have them ruined like that, if they are truly ruined, is, you know, kind of a loss. So I'm not putting them ever back in a cardboard box again. I will be going and getting Rubbermaid, and they will be stored in Rubbermaid when they are finished from this point on. I won't ever put any more paintings on the floor. You know, it's been a learning curve for sure. Besides some of the frames, I don't think anything really got ruined. I did have chapter books that I brought home from school. I think I mentioned that before. They are just soaking wet still, even now. I don't know that they're going to survive at all. I think those are a complete loss. So, anyhow, it could have been worse. I don't know what is going on with my throat, you guys. I'm so sorry. I think I'm going to take a little break and I'll come back, okay? All right, let's see if I can continue here for a little bit. I don't know what is going on with the throat. But moving on from the disaster, let's talk about something different. It's that time of year. Everybody is talking about 2020. They're talking about their goals, or they're talking about what's going to happen in the next year, or they're doing reviews of last year. So I thought I would do a little of both, just real quick. Nothing big and fancy, no big production, because I don't have time for that. So as I was moving things around and cleaning things up, I just gave thought to what I had accomplished in 1 year of diamond painting, because I've only been diamond painting for 1 year. Beginning of December was 1 year. So I counted up my paintings that are in the house and added to the ones that I've given away to my family. And I did 40 paintings, you guys. I was like, wow. Now, not everything is huge or large, and that included like, a little night light. I didn't count magnets or keychains. I didn't count notebooks because I spent a lot of time on some of those things. I didn't count stickers or things like that. I mean, I just counted actual paintings and then the nightlight. And I did 40 things. Boy, I did a lot. I was surprised that I did that much, And then when I think about it, if I was to add in all of those keychains, I did a ton of keychains. I did several notebooks. I mean, it would have been, wow, even more. I felt pretty accomplished when I sat and, counted those all up. Anyhow, I don't know if I'll do 40 this year, but, maybe I will, though, because for part of 2020, I'll be retired. I might do more than 40 because I will be retired for a good 6 months of 2020. Yeah. Yeah. I've been telling people, my friends and my family, 6 months, 6 months. I just have 6 more months, right? I'll make it. I'll make it. I'll make it. So, yeah. I might get a lot done next year. I just don't know. Anyhow, what are my immediate plans? I have some immediate plans, and I have some plans that are just starting to come together. Well, they're all just starting to come together. There's nothing that's solidified yet. It's just kind of stuff in the works, okay? I'm going to do a Valentine's project with someone. We're working on details for that and how that's going to work. That'll be kind of fun. I'm going to do something else with Maritza. Love that girl. Love working with her. We're going to do something else again. We're not quite sure what yet. Have some ideas, but, we got to get that ironed out here pretty quickly because it's supposed to be after the New Year project. Well, we're there, folks. We're after the New Year. So we got to get going. So I have those things going. And then some of you will enjoy this and others may not like it so well. And that's okay if you don't want to watch those videos. There aren't going to be a ton of them, but I am going to do a crochet along with Marissa, the crafty heifer. She's going to be doing a crochet along. She's going to teach a stitch. She's going to do a weekly video, and we're going to crochet along with her. And I haven't crocheted in a couple of years since the grandkids were all being born. When the grandkids were being born, I was heavy into baby Afghans and hats because I had a little girl and, I was making hats. I actually made some boy hats too. I shouldn't say just because I had a granddaughter. But I haven't really crocheted since they were all born. So I'm ready to do a little crocheting. I'm ready to try some more crocheting again. And winter is the time to crochet for me because, in the summer it's just too hot. Nobody wants to have a lap full of yarn in the summertime. So there will be a little bit of crocheting on my channel. I don't even know what it entails yet. I don't know what we're doing. just sitting and waiting on Marissa to get us all rolling on that. So you'll see a little bit of crochet. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, all the time or anything for sure. So, yeah. So those are some of my immediate plans. And, you know, then I'm always looking for other things to do and other people to work with. Oh, that does not go there. Let's go over here. That's a better spot. Yeah, different projects to work on and things like that. So, you never know what's going to pop up. But those are some immediate things coming up with those people that I just mentioned. Well, I didn't mention the one person. I'm keeping that one a secret still. But anyhow, so there you go. There's some plans for the upcoming future of my channel and what things I'm going to be working on. So if you don't like the crocheting, you know, by all means, you don't have to watch the crocheting. You know, if you do, great. If you don't, it's okay. There's going to be plenty of diamond painting for you to watch. I'm not no buying. I wouldn't say that. I'm cutting down on my purchasing because I have so much stuff. However, I know that people still like to see things. I still like to find new companies to try out, to show you. I've recently put a couple videos up by some new companies I found. And I'll still continue to do that. My only goal at this point is that I'm not spending more than I'm making. At the startup of this channel, it was completely the opposite way around. I was spending a lot. I wasn't making anything. I was spending quite a bit of money. I have decided that from now on, going forward, now that I do make some money on my channel, that I'm not going to spend more than I make. So, you know, I get my YouTube money and that's what I will have to spend, you know. Now, of course, if I do any reviews or get asked to do reviews, those are your complimentary product, you know, that's a whole different thing. But as far as money I'm spending, it will not exceed my earnings. So, for example, you know, my December was really good. I don't know, I did a lot of stuff in December and it was a good month. So now I'm taking that amount of money that I earned and I will not spend more than that over the next month. All right. So that's how that's going to work. I'm not doing this to necessarily make money. That's never been the goal. You know, that's not the goal. But I do need to get to the point where I'm not spending more than I can actually earn. So that's my plan for 2020. Yeah, there you have it. So a couple projects coming up. There will still be unboxings. There will still be stuff for you to see. But some different stuff as well. I hope that you enjoy the things that I'm doing. The projects I work on with other people, things like that. Because, you know, it can't all just be unboxings. Those are nice and those are fun and I love doing them because, you know, I love getting new stuff in and new products and checking it out. I love doing that. But, you know, there has to be a little more to it than just that. So those are my plans. And I hope you stick around and I hope you enjoy. I know that some people say they just like to listen to me talk. I mean, when my voice is working, right? When it's not, it's a little rough. But in other words, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing. You would just sit and listen to me talk. I want to do more farm videos. It's just so hard to do them in the winter. There's just not a lot going on. I mean, I could take video of ducks on the pond, you know, every day, but other than that, there's just not much going on. Or the chickens wandering around in the yard. It's just, you know, there's just not a whole lot going on outside right now. I wish there was, but there isn't. It's winter. You know, what are you going to do? But I will see what I can find out there. I've got a few little clips. It's not really enough to put together to make a decent video at this point, but I'll work on it because I know that people like that. And I'm still going to keep doing my what's on the bookshelf and reviewing books for you because I love books. I mean, I could review books for months and never buy a new book. Seriously, I could just keep pulling things. When I say they're on my bookshelf, seriously, they're on my bookshelf. That most of them aren't new. I have one coming up here soon. I've already recorded and it's ready to go. And that was some Christmas presents. But other than that, I literally can take them right off the shelf and say, here, look what I have. What do you think about this? Because I have that many books. So anyhow, there's my plans. And my plan for the rest of this afternoon is maybe get this section right here done. Oh, maybe get that done. I'm going to work on it a little bit longer before I head upstairs and have some lunch. Tomorrow my husband's working Saturday because today is Friday when I'm recording this. You'll probably see this next week, like on Tuesday or something. That's when Amy and I are trying to put our videos up, or is on Tuesday. Just know that I'm recording this on Friday. I still have not taken down my Christmas decorations. So I'm going to probably work on that tomorrow while he's at work, because that's normally the day we run around and do errands and stuff like that. But I'll wait. We'll probably do that on Sunday then instead, when he's not working. So I'll spend the time tomorrow while he's gone taking down the Christmas tree and, you know, things like that. So that's a sad time for me. It's hard for me to do that. I always feel so good with the Christmas decorations up because I love Christmas so much. It's always hard for me to take them down. As a matter of fact, there was one night he was like, let's take down the stuff outside. And I was like, no, it's not even January 1st yet. Well, how long you want to leave them up? And I'm like, at least until after the new year, at least until after the 1st. And he was like, well, it's nice right now. I'm like, I know, but, you know. Well, then I got sick, right? And I was just laying around on the couch and I wasn't feeling good. And I didn't know where he was. And so I called him. And I'm like, hey, where are you? I think I'd been asleep or something. I'm like, where are you? What are you doing? And he goes, oh, you just don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm with the chickens. And I'm like, what? What are you doing with the chickens? I mean, it's evening. It's dark. It's nighttime now. I'm like, what are you doing with the chickens? He's like, I'm out here seeing the chickens. And I was like, okay then. And then I looked out the window beside me and watched him walk by with a Christmas decoration. And I was like, no, you're not. You are taking down all the decorations. I'm like, and I got up then and I went out and I looked out front and I was like, they were almost all taken in already. And I was like, you took them all down. He goes, yep. He said, it's nice. It's 50 degrees out. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But it makes me kind of sad and melancholy, you know. I don't know. Some people have a really hard time in the winter. I'm not really one of those people. I mean, there is that actual like sickness that people get, you know, without sun and stuff like that. I don't get like that, but I just get a little, oh man, Christmas is over, all the fun stuff is over, and now what? I guess I have my snowmen to look forward to. I'll get all the snowmen out and I'll put them up. But, you know, it just makes me a little sad. A little, I don't know, gloomy. I'll just call it gloomy. And, you know, I know that, you know, we have January, February, and March, which is just filled with gloom around here. Like very little sun and cold and, you know, snow. We haven't really had tons of snow yet, but I'm sure we will. It just makes me a little, you know, sad, little, So I have to do that tomorrow. And I'm not looking forward to it. I'm going to have to make myself do it. But anyhow, that's what's on the agenda. So wish me luck with that one. I'm not looking forward to it. So, anyhow, now I think I'm actually done talking. I don't know. Sometimes I just come up with more things. I sit here, my brain just wanders, you know. And it's weird because, like, when I'm home alone, you know, my husband goes off to work, I just sit here and I think of all kinds of stuff. And I don't have anybody to tell it to. So that's when you guys get some of the best videos, is because my mind's wandering everywhere and I just let it out with you guys because there's nobody here to talk to except the dogs. And they don't really, you know, listen. I mean, they listen, but, you know, it's not the same. So, anyhow, that's when you get some of the best rambling, chatty moments. Is when I've been home alone by myself for a while. So, gee, next year when I'm retired, boy, it could be awesome. Although I won't be doing anything to talk about. So, I don't know. It's a catch-22, right? All right, I'm going to let you go. And I am going to finish this little section at least. So, I will see you in the next video, you guys.